Hello everyone, good morning. Cryptolou here, Luis. To you guys, live YouTube, Facebook, on also live stream on Instagram. Um, so again, today, last day of the Bitcoin ETF. You were asking me, do you own Bitcoin? Well, I have some shares in the stock market for crypto related stocks, which is Mata, Riyadh, Hive, Backhead. Everything is like crypto related. So if Bitcoin go up from here, I probably gonna be make some cash on those stocks. So right now you're looking at CME Group again. Look at the options, future contracts, and settlements. I was taking a look before, see like the volume, the settle, the prior interest, and everything. And what I noticed here at this price that we trade right now, the $45,000, we have some contracts like a 47. We have a 6 open interest and one estimate volume on the put side of 47,000. Sorry, one at 46,000 with 8 open interest, and we have no volume on the call side. Only volume we have on the call side. We have a lot of open interest on the call side, but it's $49,000. That's why we see the first 49,750. You got a 6 at 50,000 with 103 open interest, and so on. We go all the way down. I think I saw some over here. I think $60,000. Yeah, $60,000. We have 86 open interest with 12 estimate volume. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you can, but that's what we have. Let's take a look now on a technical analysis. So to you guys, the two charts that I've been showing to you for the last couple of days, since I started doing this broadcast live in from Orlando, Florida, about the Bitcoin ETF. And so the top one is the Binance. We're looking at the day chart. And the bottom one, also in the day chart, we look at the CME Group futures, the contract from January 24th. So both has similar kind of like follow the same pattern a little bit. The CME Group has a form of the 3 candles that I really don't like. Same as the Binance. That looks like a very bearish formation. I really put the 2 lines on the Binance. The top one kind of show the side trade, which is also on Bitcoin. That's something that I really don't like it. So in a moment I'm gonna play the interview for Joseph Lubin. He's a Ethereum co-founder on the Bitcoin ETF decision prospect from this morning from CNBC. So in a moment over here, and I'm gonna leave the let's see, yeah, I'm gonna put the bottom one is gonna be the Binance 1-day chart, and the interview is on the top.
Ecosystem, Joseph Lubin. He's the co-creator of the blockchain Ethereum. He's also co-founder and CEO of Web3 and software company ConsenSys. Good morning to you. What did you think when you first saw the tweet yesterday?
So I wasn't watching the market directly at that point. I heard about it from colleagues, and essentially it's an unfortunate unforced error, symptomatic of unforced errors that politicians and regulators have been committing in America. Around the world, politicians and regulators have recognized that blockchain and crypto are powerful disruptive technologies, and they're taking a considered, mature approach to understanding how the technology will benefit society and how it should be regulated. And there's just been so much pent up demand in our ecosystem that I think it caused somebody to play a prank or to take advantage of the SEC's resources to effectively manipulate markets and harm
I want to talk about the prospect of what may come after, frankly, the approval of a Bitcoin ETF, which may very well be an Ethereum one, and we should talk about that in a moment. But I'm more curious about why you think it's taken. Let's just assume that they're going to say yes, and maybe that's a good or bad assumption. But assuming that's the case, do you think they should have done this 2 and 3 years earlier? Do you think there's been shifts and changes in the evolution of that ecosystem that needed regulation and other things that are now in a better place that would explain why today is different than it would have been 3 years ago?
Yeah, so I think one argument is that there were immature markets that could be used to manipulate the price of the digital assets. But the fact is, people had exposure either directly or through other financial instruments like GBTC, and retail traders, other investors were harmed by excessive premiums, and ETFs are just much more efficient instruments, and they should have been made available a long time ago.
Can you make a distinction, though, between Bitcoin and Ethereum in the following way? People talk about Bitcoin as digital gold. There was a point at which people thought it would be a true currency of sorts rather than sort of a store of value. Ethereum is very different. And so the question is, does Ethereum need an ETF in the same way?
Yeah, so Bitcoin can be a store of value or a collateral currency. There are transactional currencies called stablecoins. Many of those are resident on Ethereum. Ethereum is a commodity. We call it a crypto fuel because it powers transactions and storage on the network. And so Ethereum is a platform for building decentralized applications, and decentralized applications represent a new kind of technology, and for a new kind of industry, we need deep, liquid, and broadly accessible financial instruments to enable the industry to operate more effectively, just as agriculture and manufacturing have had for decades.
And is your sense that more people are going to ultimately get access or buy or invest in Bitcoin through ETFs and the like, or by actually buying the underlying asset?
Yeah, so in 1997, an executive might ask their secretary to type up an email for them and send that email. And that's simply because the technology was difficult for that executive to directly operate at that point. But the message got through, and the executive and the technology both got more capable. There is so much money on the sidelines managed by registered investment advisors in different kinds of funds like retirement funds and companies that want to access the technology, that want to gain exposure to these uncorrelated assets or digital asset class. And so there was a bit of run-up by speculators in our own industry in the price of Bitcoin, anticipating these ETFs and soon, hopefully, an Ethereum ETF. But the point is, there's a giant amount of money, hundreds of billions of dollars on the sidelines that's waiting to get in and get exposure to this.
What is your sense in terms of conversations you've had about the prospect of Ethereum or a Solana ETF or other kinds of currencies being allowed to go down this path if, in fact, we get to an approval on Bitcoin?
So Ethereum is arguably the most mature ecosystem, the deepest ecosystem. There's just, as a platform for decentralized applications, there's just so much infrastructure and activity around the world. Bitcoin is a narrower technology, but it's a reasonably mature technology. So they're both prime candidates.
Joseph, though,
Solana's a great technology, but it's not a mature ecosystem yet.
Okay, but let's take that out of the equation then for a second. Let's talk about Ethereum. Have you spoken to the SEC recently and gotten any indication that you are next on the docket? Nope.
They don't tell us their intentions.
Well, the reason I ask is because I think over the last several months there's been clear indications or signaling or something going on where people seem to know or think they know about what's happening as it relates to Bitcoin and ETF.
Yeah, so we're like maybe like the secretary in 1997 or the builders of the email systems in 1993. We have direct hands-on to making the technology and making the technology usable. We are much less focused at consensus on sort of more traditional financial instruments enabling the mainstream to get access to that technology.
Okay, so you tried to push on an Ethereum ETF, but of course the guy deny anything. So like I say, even like in the morning when I was watching the news, looks like apparently it's already approval, because I would say like the chance for this not be approval is like close to zero. So many people interest, big sharks, and of course we're gonna side trade today. Probably gonna take some dip by the end of the day, because whoever they say they made a comment that this institutions, they need to buy the crypto, they need to buy the coin itself. I don't think this is supposed to the way it's gonna be working, but if we say they own like the keys and everything, so they have the like I say they have the control for the Bitcoin, so on. They're gonna have the value of the Bitcoin itself. So saying that, I believe that if that is the case, they say they only have like 1 million, I think 1 million Bitcoins be able to be buy, sell. Keep saying like maybe somebody that owns a Bitcoin for a long time, the holders, they're gonna see the prices spike and then they're gonna try to sell. So as long as the buy side is higher than the sell, so the price is gonna go up on Bitcoin. I believe that's going to be the case, and as far as I'm concerned, we're probably going to see the all-time high. I don't think today, probably today close to 50, but towards the end of the week, we're almost halfway out there, but next week or so, or towards the end of the month, when the contract from CME Group, from the European contract, they're going to expire on the last Friday of the month. So if that is the case, then last Friday we're going to see probably close to $60,000. Now in April, we have the halving, whatever you want to call. That probably can spike the price, go up. Normally it goes a little short. We're going to see some short positions coming up into that point, but then after that, the price is going to go up, especially with the Fed cuts and everything. So we probably going to see the spike in the Bitcoin going up and up. I don't want to, like this Tom Lee, he's predicted that probably the price of the Bitcoin might go up to $100,000. Last time he predicted $20,000, Bitcoin went to 4,000. CNBC make a joke on him, just inviting him on the last day of the year when he said Bitcoin, I think it was 2018 or 19, that we had the big bear and he was all bullish on Bitcoin, and he's saying that Bitcoin would go up to 20,000, and he's still firm on that. But there was a mistake of him not seeing the whole scenario and everything else. Technical analysis. If you look, the CME group, there was the bottom chart at the bottom of the video. It doesn't look good in the technical for the options. It looks very bearish. But we see towards the end of the day, if that change, it could change, especially if the SEC come up with approval. Two scenarios that they mentioned this morning. I'm going to find out with that. One is SEC take this hacker situation and as excuse and try to prolong the decision. And that's the bearish scenario. And also, I would say the other bearish scenario is the deny, of the ETF. I don't think Bitcoin needs ETF, but people think because the price is going to go up because the inflow is going to be big. So that's the main case for the price going up. I hope, of course, we hope for the price to go up because every other stock related with crypto, it go up too. There's a coin, MicroStrategy, Riot, Mata, Hive, Bucket, and so on. So you can take a list, you can take a look on all the platforms, and you're gonna see how they trade, all kind of stuff. But anyway, that's all I have for this morning, and thank you for watching, and I see you guys next time. Again, this is CME Group. Take a look at their website. You guys might gonna like it. And